Attention, if you need a poo, you only have 2 minutes until the show starts, so get cracking. Attention, if you need to send a message to the coast, you have 1 minute. No, Shrek, don't send it to me. Good evening, everybody. How you doing? It's Friday. It's time for some poo finger. Oh, it's not time for some poo finger, Josh. It's time for some FlatCap Fridays. Safe, everyone. Let's have a little boogie before we get on with this show. Hope you're doing good. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Dancing with Susan. Yeah, we're dancing with Susan. Susan's got the moves. Go, Susan. Go, Susan. Whoop, whoop. Susan grooving to the beat. Should I change it for a bloke next week? For a guy? I'll find a hot male for the ladies in chat. Right, let's get on with this. Let's go. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Welcome to FlatCap Fridays. Yay! Episode 23. Good evening and welcome and good evening. Hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm not muted before you start that trolling again. I will mute myself 100 times on this one, definitely, because I've got a lot of clicking around to do. Cloud Cartel, safe to you. We're going to do safes. Sorry, I got busted knuckles again. That one's better. We'll use that one tonight, because, yeah. Hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, what we're going to do tonight? What are we doing tonight, Gaz? Where's the yank? I don't know. Cicero, where are you? Dean, how you doing? No, bad knuckle again. Safe. What are we doing tonight? Right, I'm going to have a little bit of a rant. I'm going to rant. Safe, Rob, I'm going to have a rant. I'm getting fed up. I'm getting fed up with mainly disposables. I hear a lot of chat about Australia, so sorry, Stuart. We're going to attack Australia tonight as well, just a little bit. Found some interesting things online. Not going to be... I wouldn't call myself an advocate, but I'm putting my foot down on a few things now. I'm just getting annoyed, and I'm putting my foot down. Big time. What? Stop punching the wall. No, it's just work. Just work, Shrek. My hands get wrecked at work. My knuckles get all cuts and, you know, I'm just an idiot. I should just wear work gloves. But no, I like to feel things. I'm a feely kind of guy. So, drive safe, Mick. Yes, so obviously we're going to do some stuff for waffling and ranting. It's going to be, I'm not going to be miserable, but I'm going to be firm, okay? After that, we're going to look at the Expo map, because actually, Furious FlatCap, I'm going to look at the Expo map, because actually, there's some really good stuff on the map, apart from bumper cars. That's weird. But anyway, there are some things on the map that would be cool, so scroll through that quickly, because it's looking like it could be more promising than the last one, which would be fantastic. And we're going to do the race. Now, the race this week, let's do that. Let me just remind you all that this is actually week 4. Now, this is a 5-week month, so I don't know what I'm doing next week. Next week might not even happen anyway, but week 4 is Disposables, the whole fancy fruits range. I think I showed you guys last week, the fancy fruits range, which are very fancy fruits. There's 5 in the range, 500ml bottles. If you haven't already, you're too late to have the opportunity to gain entry into the race to win these lovely goodies. Gutted, unlucky. But if you were smart enough, you would have seen the thing on the Flat Cave, which was brilliant, by the way. We'll go on that a bit later. We'll talk about that. It was really, really funny. Some of your answers to the test, the rhyming test, were hilarious. Do not touch the mic, Gaz, because last week I muted myself by unplugging it, didn't I? Do you remember that? If you stayed till the end, you'll know what that was about. So yeah, let's do some safeties. Then we're going to do some rants and some moans, and we're going to break things down, not Jay Hayes style, but I've seen Jay Hayes do it where he's watching a video and then he pauses it and talk. We're going to do a bit of that, because actually, yeah, it's funny. It's fun. So yeah, let's do some safeties. If I remember to do the safe flicky thing, which is here.
So the first thing we do on FlatCap Fridays is safety everybody in chat. Safe everybody, have a wonderful show.
Do the FCV safe. Do the FCV safe. Do the FCV safe. Do the FCV safe.
Enough of that. I'm bored. Sorry, Shrek. Safe, everyone. Well, let's get on with it. No, not really. What am I vaping on, by the way? Velocity, the new Velocity LE, the Super Duper Edition, limited edition doody-da. 0.15 ohm coil in there. The Unipro, code red. Code red. See it there? That's code red. Still on the Geek Vape Aegis E100 Jobby Wobby Woo. I love when Dean says Jobby Wobby Woo. I've got some nasty lychee in there, which is very good lychee. I'm also firing this when I'm not actually using it. Profile on the top side dual. I've got some of the custard donut and Jobby Wobby Woo from Jack Rabbits. I've got some of that stuff in there. Very, very nice. Yeah, Jobby Wobby Woo. Love a bit of Jobby Wobby Woo, Dean. Lovely seeing chat, Dean. Hope you're doing all right, mate. So, yes, that's what I'm vaping on. Safeties. Participants. Look at the lovely people participating now. Because I've got a dodge, I'm going to mouse with this hand and then, yeah. Because no one wants to see cut hands. It's disgusting. Especially my hands. It's awful. Safe, I'm just going to do it there like that. Aaron Badman safe. Bill Richards, Bob Cattrall, Faxi, the original Faxi does get a double safe for being Faxi, the originator of the safe. Love it. Free Rider Vapor, safe to you. Gemma Good Chips, safe. It's me, Jackie, with your long feels. How you getting on with them, Jackie? Hope you're doing well. Safe to you. Jack, how you doing? JH Rockstars. Jack, how you doing, buddy? Safe. John Vaping Joker, safe. Kirk I am. It's like Will I am, but Kirk I am. I like it. Safe to you. Les Wardle, safe. Manoj, welcome. Hello. How you doing, Manoj? Nice to see you in chat. Safe. Mark H, safe to you. Mark Hawes, there's too many Mark H's now. Safe to you. Mark Smith, Matthew Woodham, Metal Vape. How you doing, you guys? Just too many safes. You know, when you say a word too much, it doesn't sound right anymore. I'm getting like that. Nick Lewis, safe. Safe, Nick. Nicky Maynard, Oliver Jennings Maguire, safe. How you doing? Paul Vape Wilkinson, safe to you. Phil Oates, double safe for Phil. Because Phil just needs a double safe this evening. I just feel like he needs one. Sparks and Fly, safe Sparks. Lovely seeing you in chat. Thanks for joining us. Stuart Valentine, all when I was safe to you. Shrek Vape Reviews, Dean the Devil Vapor, safe to you guys. Late Night Vape Show. I'm guessing he's driving. He's probably listening. This is a bit of an audio show. But if we're going to be like Mick, we have to talk really low and have a deep, sexy voice. Because that's what you get with Mick. Anyway, the Vapid Snowman, it's nearly your time, buddy. Safe. Vapor Bunny, safe to you. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Ben M, you just popped in there. Safe. Ben M is clever because he's got a little cloud emoji next to his name as his actual profile name. How did you do that? Bob Catch, I don't know if you got a safe, so there's a safe for you as well. That's safe's out of the way. It's only 6 minutes past. I'm already out of breath. FlatCap podcast. I've definitely got a face for radio. I'm still rocking the island mug. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right, I don't want to mess around too much. I want to get on with these. You know me, I don't like to spend too much time waffling. I'd rather just get on with them, talk about them, hear your thoughts, read them out, and move on to the next thing. I don't like sitting around. It's only an hour, or try to be an hour. So let's just get straight on with this. Okay, I'm going to start with one. I'm not going to do no, I won't do a bumper. I'm going to start with one that I saw the other day, and it's the main headline of this show. This thumbnail was the whole thing about the crayon thing. It was really funny. Face for audio and lungs for pods. Yeah. Direct lungs and pods. I'm good, Mike Haynes. Thank you for joining us. Safe. Right. I saw this little short on YouTube. And I might get strikes for this because he might not want me to be playing them on my channel or whatever and getting views and all that. And I could do with the money from that rather than him. Sorry, I thought it was really relevant. A very relevant little short from this guy. I don't know where he is in the UK. He's definitely English or British, but he speaks a lot of sense. Now, you might not agree with this, but I'm going to play it anyway because I thought it was interesting. And I'll stop. Just watch it, and then we'll talk about it. What am I doing? Right, let's move. This dude. I'm sorry I didn't get his name. Actually, I didn't catch his name. Okay, don't judge. Just listen to what the dude says. Okay, here we go. Let me mute myself, and you can hear just him. Didn't work. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I pressed the wrong button. Let's do that. And we're gonna try again.
When are you going to admit that you're addicted to vapes? Right now, it's actually getting out of hand. Like, you're looking like one scallywag. You're there sucking on one colourful electric crayon and you're thinking it looks cool. The maddest thing is some of you are not even going from smoking to vape. You're just going straight from oxygen to vaping. Like, it don't make sense. Do you know how wild, how mental that is? It's going too far, like it's going too far. Why am I seeing girls matching their outfits to their vape pen? Matching their outfits to the color of their vape. Are you crazy? Are you mad? That one really confuzzled my brain. Like my brain was really confuzzled. Why am I seeing people online making guns? Gratata with their vapes. You're there showing off how many vapes you have. You're there making a gun out of it. AK-47s? Man, your electric crayons need to relax. Like, there's no need. Now you're taking it too far. They're smoking rainbows, thinking you're cool. You're not cool. Are you dumb? Are you silly? Go and breathe some air. Like, go and breathe some real air, man. What's wrong with you?
Right. Where do I start? First of all, I thought this guy's hilarious. But he makes some serious points. Some real serious points, okay? Now, obviously, when it's getting to the point where, and no disrespect to the guy, but when guys like this are doing shorts on vaping, even though he's not interested in it, just I guess a normal guy, then you know there's a problem, a serious problem when guys like this is picking up it. Now, the first thing, okay, we're going to skip forward a bit. It says it's getting out of hand, you look like a scallywag. I love the word scallywag, brilliant. This cracked me up. Smoking on one colour. You're there smoking on one colour for electric crayons. Basically, yeah. Colourful electric crayons. I thought that was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. He's absolutely right. Moving on. The best thing he said in this was... The maddest thing is some of you are not even going from smoking to vape. You're just going straight from oxygen to vaping, which is the massive. Hi, Liz. Safe to you, Liz. It's the serious problem. This is a big deal that people are just the whole idea of vaping was getting people off of smoking, onto vaping, and all that kind of stuff. People ain't doing that now. Let's be real. People are not doing that now. People are just going into disposables and into vaping straight away. Mainly disposables. Too easy to get hold of. You see them everywhere, and it's getting real bad. It's getting bad, and I don't want to, kind of sugarcoat it. It's getting really bad. They're everywhere. There are young kids on them. There's school mums who've never smoked in their life walking to pick up the kids with their disposable. They're everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and it's getting worse. I see one the other day come out called the Insta Bar. I mean, they're picking these vapes instead of smoking. There's another thing to do with the Australia thing that Faxi actually sent me that we're going to go on, which was an interesting one about the whole gateway of vaping onto smoking. That is absolute nonsense, but we'll get on that a bit later. Anyway, go back to these disposables, okay? This dude picked up on a first interesting point, which is a bit, we will say about, people aren't even going from smoking to vaping. The whole idea of vaping is to transition from smoking to vaping. They're just going straight from oxygen to vaping. Carrying on. Parents are buying them for their kids, saying it's fine because they aren't smoking. Right. This is a catch-22 thing, because I won't tell any names or anything, but I spoke to someone the other day who has teenage children who vape on disposables, 18 or 20 milligram disposables. She doesn't really want them vaping. Her husband vapes, but she doesn't really want them on them, obviously. They're teenage kids. But she's like struggling to stop them. She's struggling to stop them. How are they getting hold of them? Because she's like, they're not getting them from us. But she doesn't know what to do. She's like, well, is it harmful? And the main issue is the addiction to nicotine. Now, neither of her teenage kids want anything to do with smoking. They want absolutely nothing to do with smoking because it stinks, it tastes disgusting. Why would you want to go from watermelon to cigarettes? You wouldn't. Why did a lot of us get into vaping? Yes, to quit smoking, but the idea that I can still get my nicotine that I'm craving from smoking, but there's going to be a flavour there, a difference in flavour, that's appealing. It is appealing. So we all wanted to quit smoking, get off it, because we knew it was getting bad for us. Our health was getting worse. You're coughing a lot, you're coughing up crap, you get into vaping, and one of the bonuses is it tastes nice. So yeah. Jackie, my 18-year-old started vaping at 17. I hate it, but I don't know where she's getting them from. Yeah. Hi, other Sean. How you doing, Safe? So yeah, the fact that I saw this, it just cropped up on my YouTube feed. This guy speaks a lot of sense. We'll carry on. Carry on. But he made a really strong point there. People aren't even going from smoking to vaping. They're just getting straight into vaping. They're just ditching mental. People, girls matching their outfits to their vape pens. This is hilarious. Sean Lynch, how you doing? Matt, I hold my hands up. I haven't seen this. I'm not hip. I'm not down with the kids anymore. I haven't seen this. Is this real? Has anyone else seen this? People matching up their outfits to match their, flipping cotton candy disposable. Because that is next level. That's like me going, right, I'm gonna take out my Asgard today on my Vape Smarter mod, and then I'm gonna wear a green and brown shirt to match. You match your mechs to your boxes. So do you wear polished chrome boxes? Yeah. He can't afford a top, but can afford a switchback. Well, I don't know. This dude's just he's more hip than me and you, Shrek, that's for sure. Carrying on. It talks about people making guns. That's not new. We've seen a lot of that. I would love to see how people are making guns out of disposables. That would be hilarious. But what was the last bit? He said, showing vape, making a gun out of it. You lot on your electric crayons need to relax. You're taking it too far. There's no need. He's right. He's absolutely right. Smoking rainbows, thinking it's cool. You're not cool. He's absolutely right. And then right at the end, breathe some air. He's right. He's speaking to he's speaking to kids, especially people younger than me for sure. Need to ditch it. They need to get rid of these disposables. They need to stop vaping on these disposables. They don't need. And it's really winding me up. I'm getting really fed up with disposables. Just going back a step, we all believe that I actually do genuinely wish that when I started vaping, disposables were available, because I would have bought one. That's the first thing I would have bought as an option, would have been a disposable. Oh, it's only a $5 or whatever it is. I can try it. If I like it, then cool. I can give it a try and move on. I would have progressed. I would have. I think a lot of us would have said, yeah, disposables were a very, very good option. That opportunity for a disposable to be used in that way is gone. Okay, it's gone. The market is absolutely flooded. It's got to the point now where, like, I told you guys the other week I had a package of a silly amount of disposables come from a company that I don't even really know for me to review. Obviously, I don't review them. If I'm getting access to these for doing literally nothing and being a small UK reviewer, then they're going to be bloody everywhere. And I think not just reviewers, but I think all the people promoting them need to really think about what the hell they're doing, because they are destroying the industry. They really are. They're destroying the purpose of vaping. They really are destroying it. And what are these guys doing with it? When I first reviewed disposables, which I did to start with, I was interested in them like everyone else. The first disposable I tried, I think it was like an Aspire one or a Smock. I tried it out. I gave it a good try. I used it for a couple of days, a couple of different flavours. Oh, it was interesting. Gave it a good go. Test what they're like. Reviewed that and a couple of others at the same time. And then something else come up and I was like, oh, it's like the same. What's the point in reviewing it? And then it carries on. And then you get more emails. And I'm like, this is getting silly. Like, this is... What would I personally do with all these disposables? I ain't going to vape them all. I'm going to get rid of them or give them to people. So what are these reviewers doing with all these disposables again? Because a lot of them, if they're accepting disposable reviews, I guarantee you they're getting serious amounts of disposables through the door regularly. What are they doing with them all? It kind of says a lot about the reviewer if they're just keeping them all, or if they're even accepting this many disposable reviews. And if they are accepting this many disposable reviews, where have all the reviews gone? So I don't see many reviews nowadays either. But that's a whole nother story. Aspire Plectrum. Oh yes, that was the first. That's now an OG. They're worth serious money now, Dean. Anyway, this guy, I respect what he says. I think he does a very, very good job. He speaks to the people who are at the age that are doing this on these disposables, and he's stop. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of disposables. You could quite easily go on a rampage on Instagram and hammer these influencers, for promoting these things. But I mean, what's the point? I don't know. Just be an angry person. Anyway, I'll just realise I'm all the way up here. Sorry, you're watching this dude who's... Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Now, Faxi, first of all, massive thanks to Faxi. He sent me a link to this. This was released in June. Okay, now I'm sure there's other stuff going on in Australia that's more recent than this. Nonetheless, we're going to try and sift through this quick possible. It's 5 minutes long, but I'm going to kind of skip through it a little bit and just, Geordie Vape Man, he's very big on the disposables. Yeah, thousands of subs above Vic. Well, yeah, he's done well, isn't he? He needs to stop. He needs to pack it in. Yeah, know his role. I don't know the dude. I barely watched him because I'm not interested in disposables, so fair play. Right. Yes, this is to do with Australia vaping. If anyone has any more recent information, please feel free to put it in chat. I am as interested as anyone else would be. I don't know if I've missed the boat on this one. But nonetheless, Faxi sent me this, and I think it was very, very good, very interesting. And I'm going to just, from the start, I'm going to rip it to shreds. First of all, her dress is not nice at all. I'm joking. She looks lovely. I like her shoes. Let's get on with this.
Medical research has concluded the vapour from e-cigarette devices can be harmful. The report released by the National Health and Medical Research Council has also found that people who vape are exposed to more than 200 chemicals, many of which can be damaging. They can also result in seizures, throat irritation and nausea, as well as damage to the lungs. Calls to the Poison Information Centre relating to vaping doubled between 2020 and 2021.
Okay, we'll stop right there. First of all, she says some waffle about stuff. Here's what I want to start at. I want to start at the perspective of a new vapor, someone who's just quit smoking and got into vaping. And they've got into vaping based on NHS's information that... and I'll show you, I'll ping it right up now. Here we go. Oh, I just realised I didn't show you any of the video, did I? This woman talking. Anyway, here's something from the NHS, okay? All about, is it safe? UK tightly regulated. It's not completely risk-free, but carry a small fraction of risk to cigarettes. So you told this information, okay? Not him. Go away, you. You told this information from your own NHS. Yet, at the meantime, if you live in Australia, for example, you're seeing this, you're going, who the hell am I supposed to believe? Do you just believe the good news? Or do you try and balance it? Or do you believe the bad news? It's like reading a review on Amazon. You read all the good ones and there's one bad one and then you go with the bad one and don't buy it. So there's some stuff there. Right at the end of that, she said about the number of calls to the poison centre doubled between 2020 and 2021. This is what you call homicidal. Safe, how you doing? Sorry, we're having a little moan at Australia. Sorry, you know I love you guys. I've got family in Australia as well. I do love you guys, but some of this stuff's crazy. So she said about this poison calls, the calls to the poison centre doubled in 2020-21. Right, on this quit.org.au website, there was a thing released quite recently about consuming e-liquid, fluid, child swallowing e-liquid, nicotine based, that kind of stuff. Okay, cannot find the exact information on what that number is, what that figure is, what doubled. Okay, the calls, but what it's based on. I'm pretty sure that the doubling of calls is based on children swallowing nicotine containing e-liquid. Okay, which is a problem, but that's purely people who are responsible for their e-liquid bottles, keeping them out of reach, keeping them in tight bottles, all that kind of stuff. What's that? Was it 1% last year? Now it's 2%. Her sentence then is so misleading. It's saying that people are getting poisoned and the number's doubled in the last year.
Into vaping doubled between 2020 and.
So yeah, I was like, well, you've been very misleading there, madam, and I don't appreciate it. So we'll move forward. To a really lovely lady.
Cigarettes are effective at helping smokers quit.
Research has found that when smokers use nicotine e-cigarettes, it was more common for them to become dual users of e-cigarettes and tobacco cigarettes than to quit. Dual users breathe in more chemicals and toxins than people who only use one type of cigarette.
While fewer...
Okay, right. I have to personally... I kind of agree. I'm not the biggest fan of seeing people who are dual using. I really want them just to get onto vaping. I want them to quit the smokes and get onto vaping. Yeah, it might cut down their cigarette usage, and I get that. But just make the switch. Just bloody do it. Now, she said some interesting stuff there. Okay. And it was basically saying that most people dual use. Now, on the NHS website, on this thingy-madoodle here, it says, where am I going to find it? You will not get, here we go, I'll highlight here. You will not get the full benefit from vaping unless you stop smoking cigarettes completely. You can get this advice from a specialist vape shop or your local stop smoking service. This is purely the correct information and education people need, which she is not giving, nor do they want to give.
Australians are smoking tobacco daily. The use of e-cigarettes is increasing. The number of people who have tried vaping has risen to...
Okay, you can't see that very well there, but it says 1 in 5 non-smokers aged... yeah, 1 in 5 non-smokers aged 18 to 24 tried vaping. I'm surprised that's not 3 in 5 or 4 in 5. Because how many 18 to 24-year-olds have tried alcohol? 4 in 5? 5 in 5? 9 out of 10? 10 out of 10? Certainly more than 1 in 5. I think probably that's wrong. She's kind of doing herself a bad turn there by not, I'm surprised that is 1 in 5. And if that's what they're trying to use as damning information, then they've done a crap job of that. Because I'm seriously surprised that's only 1 in 5 and not at least 3 or 4 in 5. So yeah, that was a joke. Moving on.
Over 11% and 20% of non-smokers have tried them. Young people are increasingly taking it up.
There's the very big concern of the so-called gateway effect, that it leads people on to feel familiar with smoking and then to think of taking up tobacco cigarettes.
No teenage kid in their right mind is ever going to go, oh, I like vaping, but I think I might enjoy smoking more. It's going to taste better, surely. No! Nonsense, absolute nonsense. And this has been a big thing they do, and they've been doing it for years. We've seen this whole tactic with America where they say, oh, it's a gateway into smoking. We all know this is absolute nonsense. If a 16-year-old kid is vaping on a cherry pie flavoured e-liquid, there's no way on earth he's ever even going to consider going on to burning tobacco. You're right, who's tired of that statement? Why are you even saying these things? You're seeing the same tactics being rolled over and over and again, and it's embarrassing and it's extremely frustrating. And it's very sad. Very, very sad. Now, I don't know these people. I've no, where they get this from or whatever. I'm sure these are lovely people, but the information's getting pushed out. It's just crazy. This bloke is the biggest wanker in the world. Stuart Valentine, feel free to let us know about him. I don't know who he is. I don't know much about him. Let's hear what he has to say anyway.
And we know the devastation that it's had in Australia over many decades. Nicotine is a very addictive drug, and we need to make our efforts very strong with our young people to protect them from that lifelong issue if that's the way it's leading.
I don't think any of us can deny that nicotine is addictive, and it is a concern for any kids that are taking it up for that nicotine addiction. I think we all agree. You might not. You might go, nah, nicotine's great. I love it. I don't see any problems with it. But I personally, I do see the problem with nicotine and the addiction to it. But trying to use it as like more of ammunition towards vaping, you're kind of missing the point. Okay, crack on. So the coffee powder, but you ain't banning that, are you? Absolutely.
And people are particularly vulnerable to the advertising and the other sorts of influences on them, peer group pressure, that can lead them down a path that they will regret in the future.
The country's chief medical officer wants people to talk about the risks of vaping.
What's clear to me from the statement is that the only thing we should be breathing in is air. There's no...
True story, bro. We should be breathing in air. We shouldn't be breathing in your waffle, though.
No question that there are potential harms from e-cigarette use for those who have never smoked, and we know the harms of smoking. Please discuss this evidence with your children, with your nieces and nephews, your students, players in your football or netball team, your brothers and sisters. We need that conversation out there. We need these matters to be barbecue stoppers.
I think.
Don't get me started on this lady, but we will get started on this lady. Anything you want to say? Buy her wig, prig. Okay, you need to tell your netball team. We do genuinely need to try and inform children and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and we've been saying that for years, and most people like yourselves are probably very responsible with your vaping and your e-cigs and your mods and tanks and your e-liquids, and you use childproof caps and all that kind of stuff. But there are people that don't, and we all recognise that. Okay, we need to try harder with that kind of stuff, sure. But anyway, let's listen to this lovely lady, because I find her very patronising. I do. You'll hear it. I'll pause it. When you see my face go red, you'll know.
It's really clear from our gathering of the research, reviewing the evidence over the past 2 years, that e-cigarettes are not a safe product.
Okay, e-cigarettes are not a safe product. This is where it gets really conflicting, because my own NHS is telling us, yes, it's not safe. I'll go back to the thingy-madoodle showing you. Stopping. This is the whole thing about using e-cigarettes to stop smoking. There's quite strong details on here about. Let me get to it. Many thousands of people in the UK have already stopped smoking with the help of an e-cigarette. There's growing evidence that it can be effective. I'm trying to find the bits that are important, but basically we know it's not risk-free. Here we go, not risk-free, but they carry a small fraction of the risk to cigarettes. E-cigarettes do not produce tar or carbon monoxide, two of the most harmful elements in tobacco smoke. We're getting told this information from our own NHS, right? And this has been spammed out across the world, and a lot of other countries, including America and probably Australia, vapors hammer this point. Look, in the UK, they've got this and that going on, and they're saying this, but our own governments are saying that. Who the hell are we supposed to believe? Who are we supposed to believe? I tell you what, you and me believe. We believe that when we quit smoking and we got into vaping, our health and our feeling and any kind of ailments we had got better. Sometimes quickly, some took longer than others. I'm sure there's some of you in chat who've had serious lung problems in the past from smoking, and you reverse those issues. So because of the misleading to and fro seesaw information we get, we're having to listen to our own bodies and decide ourselves. We're using ourselves as kind of test dummies to kind of discover, is this what's the truth? What's the truth? And we've heard this kind of stuff, before from other countries. It's just annoying. It's, coming round again. I feel sorry for anyone that listens to it, and that porridge gets pushed into their brain, and then they spit it out of their face again. It's just annoying. In all seriousness, though, it seems that a lot of more countries are now saying it's bad for us. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's carry on with this lovely lady.
And I know particularly parents will want to be hearing this advice because we've been seeing e-cigarette use and vaping rise quite dramatically among young people and adolescents in Australia.
So we're hearing that people are seeking medical advice after they have been inhaling or vaping these products. What are some of the adverse health impacts here?
Well, the sort of immediate adverse health impacts, particularly for people who've never smoked or who first started using these products, they can have dizziness, a cough, headaches. For people who potentially have been using these products for a long time, those symptoms can intensify. Alarmingly, what we don't know is what these products do long term.
What's long term? 100 years? How long have we had television? What's long term? How long have e-cigarettes been around? Someone in chat will tell me when e-cigarettes have been around. Kind of mainstream. It's got to be 15, 20 years maybe? I don't know. I might be wrong. You can kind of go back 12, 15 years, I suppose. Sure, we're not in the 30, 40, 50 years long term mark, but this is the same drivel we've heard before for many years now. We don't know long term effects. 1991, says Shrek. She says about parents and concerns. I get that, and we're all concerned about youth vaping and disposables, particularly in the UK disposables. We are all concerned about that, and like you guys, you try and do your bit to kind of. We know what needs to happen to stop that. But yeah, load of drivel. Let's carry on.
It took a long time for us to establish that cigarettes caused lung cancer, heart attacks. Decades of research, and of course, with e-cigarettes being so new in the market, we just don't.
Yeah, good point there, actually. Thanks for reminding me. She said about dizziness and headaches. I can well imagine a 14-year-old boy finding a disposable on the floor, picking it up, and he's got 20 milligram, him having a few puffs, coughing, feeling dizzy, feeling sick. 100 million %. That's a high possibility, and potentially giving them a very low level, amount of nicotine poisoning. I suppose their body's not used to that kind of influx of nicotine and everything else. So yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, no point denying it. It's highly possible. You give. I remember having a drink when I was about 14. I didn't drink until I was almost 17. So when I was 12 or 13, I had a drink. I was dizzy. She is. I feel like she's been forced to vape, this girl, Dean.
Have that kind of same information.
Obviously, there's a key component here that the uptake of vaping among children is high, and also young adults. How is this impacting them? And
I love this dude. This dude looks like if you had to draw a picture of a vapor, this is what you'd draw. You'd draw this dude with the beard, the big mod, the hat. It's perfect.
Does it differ from adults?
We've had so much success in.
What the hell is that one? That's old school. Wow.
Australia in reducing smoking rates. Smoking rates among young people and young adults have been lower than they've ever been before. And a real threat, if we see people taking up e-cigarette use, is that they're more likely to also go on to smoke.
Another one. See, this is when you really, if you're in the know, but if you're in our kind of circles and in our kind of vape scene, you hear this line again about going into smoking, and you just feel like it's all scripted. You do, because it's just been over and over and over again. This isn't new lines that they come. This is stuff that's been said for the past 10 years. It just makes you laugh now, doesn't it? But for a concerned parent who's got a vaping 14-year-old at home, this is serious, and they're taking this in and they're believing it wholly, which is really annoying. Really annoying.
So not only are e-cigarettes a health concern in and of their own right, but they may also bring our smoking rates back up and, take away all that success that we've been working so diligently towards for decades.
Working diligently towards the success of the decline in smoking is purely because of the increase in smokers transferring to vaping. Not your hard work. It's vaping's hard work that's done it. Let's be fair.
Is vaping, though, potentially leading to people taking up cigarettes, for example?
Sure. So if you look at, say, never smokers, so people who have just vaped, they might find that they become addicted to nicotine. They seek it out in other ways, in e-cigarettes. For people who are former smokers, they might think, oh, this is a new way for me to go back to smoking without all the nasty health impacts. Of course, they're misinformed by that. Or people who use these products in the hopes that it'll help.
That was it. Misinformed by that? Let me get back to that bit. I need to re-listen to that bit because I'm cringing, but I've got to listen again.
Back to smoking without all the nasty health impacts, of course. They might find that they become addicted to nicotine. They seek it out in other ways, in e-cigarettes. For people who are former smokers, they might think, oh, this is a new way for me to go back to smoking without all the nasty health impacts. Of course, they're misinformed by that.
Oh, just the way she says it. Misinformed by that? Like super patronising. Honestly. Misinformed by that? I hate it. I hate it. So she's saying that smokers who quit and then they thought, oh, vaping's an option actually. I'm really missing smoking. I'll get onto vaping. It's a safe alternative. They're misinformed by that. Oh, just drives you mad. I don't like her, Jack. I don't blame you. Oh, just that is super patronising, and that's when you feel like I don't know. There's maybe this agenda. I know it's a whole conspiracy thing, but the whole agenda. Just super patronising. We don't need patronising. People are smart enough to make their own decisions. There's enough information, and on top of that, in the UK, we're told that they are safer than smoking. Sure, they have their risks. And all that kind of stuff. But we'll just go back to that again. They could contain potentially harmful chemicals. The liquid and vapour contain some potentially harmful chemicals also found in cigarette smoke, but at much lower levels. And it carries on. You guys have seen the NHS. Here you go. Is e-cigarette vapour harmful to others? There's no evidence so far that vaping causes harm to other people around you. What are we meant to believe then? Really frustrating. And there's more information. The UK, the NHS, and all the different experts have come up with stuff about vaping. We've seen it before. Our trouble in the UK now is disposables and kids. That's our problem. Let's go back to Missy Elliott and let her finish off her little speech.
Or people who use these products in the hopes that it'll help them to quit smoking and end up being dual users. So by that I mean they not only smoke but now also use vaping products. And there's certainly no health benefits at all with only switching out a few of your cigarettes for a few vapes.
Okay, well, I know I said earlier about people. I'm not the biggest fan of people that dual use. I prefer people to obviously just get straight into vaping. But on the other hand, you hear people say, and Aidan, little brother Ace used to say this about every cigarette you don't have is a good thing. I wholly agree as well. So people who dual use, I would be desperately keen for them to quit smoking altogether, but that's difficult. Some people can't quite let go. So Connor, safe, how you doing? So it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one. What do you guys think about dual using? Obviously you'd prefer them to be on vaping full time, but do you know anyone that's dual using, like they'll have a cigarette on the way to work, but when they're in the work they're vaping, then when they finish they go and have a cigarette? I don't know. I don't know. I can't prove or have any information makes me drink more on a Friday. I'm making you drink more. I'm not stressing you out, my Mark. I don't know if there are actual health benefits to cutting down your smoking and increasing your vaping. I would have thought there would have been. It seems obvious. The less cigarettes, and then you're taking over with vaping, surely that's going to be better. But I've got no evidence to prove that either way. Just logically it makes sense. If I'm drinking less whiskey and I'm drinking more water, I won't be as drunk as I was. I don't know. Let's listen to the end bit.
We obviously know that vapes are now in the market, very different in terms of the regulation behind it compared to, say, cigarettes. What's the way forward with this? I mean, do we eradicate vaping? Is that even possible?
Oh, I would hope so. Look, the point of this report is to say, look, we've examined the evidence. It's clear that vaping is not safe. It's clear that it's rising among young people. And now policymakers are obliged to take that information and ensure that our policy approach is up to scratch and fit for purpose.
I hope I've started your weekend now in an angry mood. Thanks, Faxi. It's all blame Faxi, not me. No, right. So I wasn't going to go through the whole thing, but it was interesting. We have heard this drivel a million times. I'm going to scroll through some of the chat because you've all said some interesting stuff, and I didn't mean to be ignoring you. I just wanted to get through it because it's spent like 20 minutes on a 5-minute video, but it's interesting. First of all, I feel sorry for anyone that has watched that, and that was the first time they'd seen or heard information on vaping, because there is so much more information out there, and people need to do their own research. And then it's a tough one, isn't it? What the hell do you believe? What do you believe? Do you believe your own? You know, you're sitting in Australia, you're sitting in Melbourne watching this woman talking or whatever. Do you believe that straight away? Do you go and do your own research? All of a sudden you come across the NHS website and you're like, oh, in the UK they're like, yeah, it's cool, it's good. You know, all the I forget the names of all of them. I'm so annoyed by that woman saying, you know, the nurses and all those. Oh, forget, I can't think. So much misleading information one way or another. It was very frustrating. A lady's reasoning, being drug free for 4 years now, and according to where, well, I should just start it back up again. Yeah. Play again, guys, and every time they say something stupid, down a shot. Sounds good, Bill. I'm up for that. Looks like she's been punched twice, yeah. I was a dual user to start with, and I feel that was still better because at least it cut down the amount of cigarette I was having been. Good on your own. For me, it wasn't easy to quit smoking. Had to force myself over half a year, hour by hour, until I was down to 3 cigs a day. Then I managed the last step. Well done, Hunter. Love to see you in chat. She was lovely. She was lovely, wasn't she, Matt? Stuart, I'm pleased to see you. I'm sure she got a rise out of you, not in a good way either. I kind of wish I hadn't turned on tonight. Sorry, Liz. I didn't mean to be a downer day. Just stuff's come up. Should we watch the dude again? Because he was funny. Let's watch him again. That'll cheer you up. This guy's funny. Legend. Guy's a legend. He's funny.
When are you gonna admit that you're addicted to vapes? Right now, it's actually getting out of hand. Like, you're looking like one scallywag. You're there sucking on one colourful electric crayon.
Colourful electric crayon. I love it. I love it. There's called a colourful electric crayon. That cracked me up. It really did crack me up.
And you're thinking it looks cool. The maddest thing is, some of you are not even going from smoking to vape. You're just going straight from oxygen to vaping. Like, it don't make sense. Do you know how wild, how mental that is? It's going too far. Like, it's going too far. Why am I seeing girls matching their outfits to their vape pen? Matching their outfits to the color of their vape. Are you great? Are you mad?
Right, enough of that, dude. I do love it, but enough of that. I'm sorry if I rolled you all up ready for the weekend. That wasn't my intention. Something different. You know me, I always like to do something different, mix up. Thanks to Faxi for sending over that news article and getting us all really angry. Nonetheless, it's interesting to keep tabs on other things around the world. Like I say, I feel sorry for people in Oz who are hearing that kind of misleading information. From our opinion anyway, it's misleading information. It's a never-ending battle, this whole vaping thing, isn't it? It really, really is. And to make matters worse, electric Avenue. The worst thing is now in the UK, where we're thinking we're all good. I don't think we're all good because of disposables. I really don't. So I strongly urge reviewers and influencers to reconsider their promotion of disposables. I strongly urge them. I do. I can't stop them, and if they want to do it, fine. I really couldn't give a monkeys, but I just urge them to reconsider, because that category of the market is out of hand and it's out of control, and we need to do something. We need to do something about it. It is out of control. We can't control it. They're just bloody everywhere. So yeah. While this story made me mad, these people need to be highlighted just to show how stupid they are. Yeah, and Bunny, I'm not the best at kind of breaking down these kind of folks and these kind of videos. I'm not smart enough, but nonetheless, if it rolled me up, it's enough for me to talk about. It did annoy me, you know. And I never liked the whole advocacy thing, and not really my thing. I'm not clever enough to do it. Go and see Matt Cully or Grim Green. Those guys do it properly. But at the same time, we need to be tougher in the UK and hit these things harder than perhaps in America. They didn't do it hard enough. They didn't push hard enough. They didn't shout loud enough. They didn't do the right things or say the right things. And actually, you can't just make a compromise. I don't want to make a compromise with disposables. Disposables had an opportunity to be a great product to really help smokers. A very easy, very cheap, super easy to use thing. They've been destroyed. They've been oversaturated, and it's killed that category. And so just get rid of the damn things. We don't want them anymore. I don't want them anymore. They're going to cause more harm than good. A lot more harm than good. Propaganda. propaganda. Smoked for 20 years, was out of breath, coughing my lungs up, couldn't walk without needing a break. Nowadays, my sleep is amazing. I can keep up with the girls and not had a cold in 6 years. Stuart, it's lovely too. Thank you for that information. That's what we're talking about, and that's why we know we've done our own research on our own bodies with vaping, and we've considered the information we've heard. We've probably considered stuff we've heard from America, from other places around the world. We've considered the better information we hear from the UK, and we've we've made our own decision, and we've got. I'm going to take the risk. I'll try it. 6 weeks, 6 months, a year, 6 years down the line, we're going. I'm not going like I used to. It's gone. Absolutely gone. We convert crayon users to Aspire Minican Plus. Yeah, get people on the Minican or any of these kind of things. Well, I'm not the biggest fan of. This is the 0S from Vapor Wesso. Yeah, it's a little pod mod. I hate us reviewers moan about pod systems now because we're just sick of them. I'd still million times prefer them. People just get one of these. You can stick it on charge and you can fill it, and then you can keep using it. And it's these little things that make them slightly less accessible for children. Oh, there's a little vape on it, actually, one there. I tried quitting smoking 4 times before I found vaping. It's so hard to do, and whatever helps is surely worth it, right? Yeah, Jackie, but and disposables would have been that perfect product for most people. And also perfect for like the NHS to prescribe. Absolutely ideal. Super cheap to produce, super cheap and easy for the NHS to distribute. Perfect product. Absolutely perfect. And I really wish there were some experts somewhere who would have caught disposables at the start, Aspire's disposables or any of these reputable manufacturers, and gone, right, government, these are disposables. We're going to issue these to smokers who are looking for help, looking to quit smoking. But we are the only people that can distribute these disposable e-cigarettes. And they bring them back in a bag when they're done. They've got QR codes on them. We can track where they are. Everyone you get is scanned. And that would have been that. And disposables would have been absolutely perfect for the NHS. And they would have helped hundreds of thousands of people. That's not happened at all. For some reason, they've just gone everywhere. Great for on the go in the emergency. Sam, I agree. They're great for things like that. You want a quick vape, but you can't carry big stuff around. I know. I just can't accept them anymore. I'm just done with them because it's too late. It's too late for us to enjoy them now. It really is too late for us to enjoy them. Look, if you guys have got disposables, cool. I know. I get it. I understand. I've used disposables as well. I understand the convenience, the ease. Some of them taste really good as well. Some of them are really good performers. But I'm just taking a hard line on it now. I'm just done with them because it's out of hand. The whole thing's crazy. Yeah. It's just stupid when you literally... I see one on the road the other day, and it was night time, it was dark, and I could just see the little blue glow from it. So someone had thrown out of the window, because it had probably died, it had crash landed on the floor, and then was auto-firing on the floor. And it was just, I could just see the little blue glow on the base of it, just auto-firing. Yeah, good, that's great. That's just what we want, being thrown out of a car with a little kid walking around. Well, not kids walking out at night, but it's still... picking it up, and it's auto-fired, burning hot in the hand, potentially. Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Right, guys, let's get on with it. It's 10 to 10 already. Disburgo race. So yeah, it's week 4. It's week 4, which is good. So let's go down and do a race. Go down to the bumper where we do a race. Here's the bumper.
Well, it's time to see if you can win a race and win a prize from the wonderful sponsors, Disposables.
Just going back to some of you folks. Cloud Cartel was on at 10. Guys, go check out Cloud Cartel. Does a lovely show. Usually does it with some American guys and girls as well. Nice little waffle. Yeah, go and join Cloud Cartel. Lovely show. And a lovely chap. NHS should have gatekeeped the disposable market. Yeah, exactly right. NHS issuing disposable would be good. Then police could proper clamp down on the shops. Yes. I vape pods all the time. Never vaped a disposable. I can get 10 ml of juice for less than the price of a disposable. Exactly. You're right. Right, the race. Right. It was a fun one with the race, okay? Because you had to answer this question. In the Flat Cave on Facebook, which you're welcome to join, and we do this every week, and you don't get entered into the race unless you do this. So to enter the race, you had to comment on a word that rhymes with dispergo. No, some of you guys were just, I'm not even going to be nice, some of you guys were just crap at this. Trying to get stuff to rhyme with the word Dispergo. And nobody put Inferno, which I would have thought would have been one of the closest things to Dispergo. Some of you put in all sorts of nonsense, but nonetheless, I've added you to the list. So yeah, it was funny. Anyway, massive thanks to Dispergo. Yeah, we've got this range. I'm not going to hold all of them. The Fancy Fruits range. There's 5 of them. They're interesting because they've got fancy names like Purple Florello Grape with aloe vera, Alfonso Mango with pineapple and orange, and so on and so forth. They're very fruity. They sound very nice. I've got 1 or 2 of them recorded to be on the channel, which is I'm looking forward to dropping those soon. Let's go to the race screen, which is here. I lost it for a second then. 2 minutes on the clock. We've got space rockets. Woohoo! I think I've remembered everyone from the list of comments and also a few others. Aloe vera, yeah. Do you know what, Liz? Actually, aloe vera works in the thing. Oh, we were going to look at the Expo map. Well, look, if you want to hang on after the race, you're welcome. I want to scroll through the Expo map. There's some good names in there. Some good names. There's some names we know and like. So it'd be good to go through that quickly. Let's go with this race quickly. 2 minutes. All you little rocket ships. 3, 2, 1. Where's the start button? Wah, wah, wah. Do. Les Wardle's in third. Jack Hughes second. Mark H. at the front there. Thomas Baggett right at the front, looking pretty good. Stuart from the net. I remember to include you this week. Ben, yeah, you're in there, Ben. You were not on the Facebook earlier. I would have been. I'm not on the Facebook earlier. Was that? I'm sure I've been there. Craig Michael was taking the lead. Stuart Valentine looking good. Cicero's right at the back. Shrek 8. I put Shrek 8 in there this week to see if it makes any difference. Everyone's at the front. Everyone wants to win. Kirk Morton taking the lead. Shrek. Oh no, Shrek did take a lead for a millisecond second. Ooh, Mike Haynes has got the Fancy Fruits range already. Ramsey Solomon with just over a minute to go, and Cicero in second place. Faxi, you're in there looking good. Now you got back in. Shrek's coming up again. Terry Willison, is looking good. No, Shrek's going back into second place. Mark Holes is in third. Cicero's now going back with Shrek in first for a short amount of time. Then Mark Holes is now going to first place with Rob Cousins coming up. He's in second place now. Jack Hargraves catching up again. This is very to and fro. Management here at the back looking very good as well. Ian Bamford's catching up while Thomas Baggett is about to take the lead. I think if he carries on with 42 seconds left to go, Ian Bamford's about to take first place. There he goes with a dominating lead, but then he retires and goes back again. Rod Daff looking good and then goes back. Sandy Mulholland comes up, and then Cicero goes into first place for a short amount of time before Faxi just storms into the lead with 30 seconds left to go. And Rob Cousins sitting there in second place again. I have no idea what's going on in the race. This is absolutely crazy. Craig Michael, no, he's gone back again. Nicola Lewis, no. Why is everyone going? Yeah. Terry Wilson looking good. Yeah, come on, Faxi. Or any of you, I don't mind. Metal Vape, you never know, Metal Vape. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, Jackie. That was a surprise late jobby wobby woo. And look who's in second place. But Jackie, congratulations. Was that your face? Like, I'm not surprised. Well done, Jackie. That's brilliant. Jackie, well done. Look, guys, it's all just potluck. Jackie is a previous winner. I'm not going to lie. It is what it is. That's the way it goes. Jackie, Fancy Fruits range. Email me and then we'll get you details of Dispergo, but we'll just confirm it through email so everyone's happy and that kind of stuff. I don't want to just pass on details and all that kind of jazz. Shrek, you were second. Sandy, you were third. Bunny fourth. Where is Stuart Valentine in 10th? Thomas, you were looking so good and you end up in 18th. Cicero 24th. Faxi, you were dead last, my friend. What the hell happened? Ian 19. Jack, you were 15th. Sean 14th. Mark Hawes, you were 12th. Les 9th. Craig 8th. Kirk, you were 7th. But yes, Stuart, you did win. Congratulations. Well, anyway, Jackie, you know what to do. Send me an email. We'll get that moving. Dispergo are absolutely fantastic. Also, a second note to Mark Hawes. Just to let you know, your parcel is on the way. I apologise personally. Your details didn't get to Exceptional Vape as quickly as I would have hoped. That is all my fault. I've had a manic week with potential house moving and stuff, and I just forgot. I'm not going to lie. But your details are with them. They're going to send it on. So the Clown's range is on its way. So I'm really sorry. And it's moving back.
Well,
I always do this. Go away. Yes, Jackie? Oh, what have I missed? Gaz, can I pass it on as I won it? Jackie, you can do whatever you like with it. That's very nice of you. Jackie, whatever you want to do. I want to pass it on, please, as I won the other week. Jackie, just to pre-warn you, the only thing I will say is it needs to be UK. And you can't distribute the 5 bottles between 5 people because I don't think Disposables will like the postage on that. So, yes. Jackie, yeah, feel free. Feel free. Whether you want to get to you and then you want to deal with it, or if you just want to pass it on and we can, whatever you want to do, Jackie. Shrek was second, and then Sandy Mulholland was third. Let me go back. You can see for yourself. Or do you want to? I don't want to run it again. I don't want to run another 10 minutes. I still want to go through the Expo map plan thingy-majobby. You want to pass it to second? Shrek, in the words of Vaping with Vic, do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it, bruh? Well, while you decide that, let's stay on this screen. Let's flick to this bad boy. Okay. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it, mate. Okay, this is Expo, 7th to the 9th of October. Okay, right. I'm going to breeze through it fairly quick because it is literally 3 minutes 10. A gift from me, Shrek. Oh, that's lovely. He's probably too drunk. Oh, he's going to accept it. Jackie, that's very nice of you. And he'll probably review it and thank you for it as well, which is very nice. Right, let's see if I can scroll in on this bad boy. There you go. Right, okay. So, I don't know how well you're going to see this. You might have to put me on a bigger screen. Don't do that. That's even worse. Okay, going right down the middle, first of all, you've got McKissy, Elux, Pachamama, Pop Vapor, Liquid Lab, Anonymous Marketing Group, whatever that is, Inikin, Lammy, whoever Lammy is, Aroma King, iGate, Happy Vaping, YD, then YD is, Great Vape, Sikari, Shiba Vape, QR Joy, Vupu, Use, Mask King, SPV, Vapor Wesso, Nuna Vape, Bumper Cars. Okay, so there's going to be some things, I don't know if you didn't know, they've added in all sorts of different things for this expo. You can do bumper cars and have a vape. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if they're just filling space or whether they're just trying to, appeal to people and put more entertainment there. There's a thing here called the Cube. Is the Cube the actual game? The Cube going there? Vape Village, Vehicle, don't know what that is. SP2S, they actually do quite a nice little pod system, SP2S. Juice Head, Bar Juice, Glug. I love this Glug Bar. I just want to go to Glug Bar and try Glug Bar. Fumi QR Joy, Biff Bar, Biff. Wasn't Biff out of well, I forget what it's called. Biff was the dude. Anyway, casino seating. Is that? Oh, there's a casino right here in the corner. Shenzhen Miao Biotechnology, Cost Vape, Back to the Future, X Bar, Snow Plus. Okay, a lot. Thanks, Sam. A lot of these are looking like disposables again. Puff Me, Snow Plus, X Bar, Biff Bar, Glug Bar, Sickery, Lammy. A lot of them are sounding like Kang Vape. Oh no, Kang Vape. The King of Vapes, LNJ Holdings. There's more down the bottom. See, down the bottom, you got Horizon Vape. You got there's a few Smart Bar Vapes, Free Max. There's a few Wiki Bar. There's loads of bars. Okay, there's still loads of disposables. There's Podsalt there. Podsalt do lovely stuff. ECCC. Don't know what ECCC is. Can't remember. Just CBD, Vape Village, so on and so forth. Obviously the stage. Blah 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 blah. Right, here we have the Ohm Zone, which this looks great. Okay, right up the top there, Caused by Scott. I'm sure you'll know Caused by Scott, UK core maker. CC Coils again, Shy Tots, Jane. I don't know how to pronounce her surname. Shy Tots is there. Mr. Pebble on the Saturday. Cloud Cartel Mr. Pebble on the Friday. Cloud Cartel on the Saturday, and Gravel Throated on the Sunday. Comp test and registration, Chronicle Coils, Asian Kitten, I don't know what Asian Kitten is, MTN Coils, Infinite Mods, Dinosaurs Redemption. Big D Vapes. Big D's going to be there. Big D's got a range coming out. I'm assuming he's going to have his range there of e-liquids. Overkill, Prestige Clouds, Black Rose Elixirs, Exceptional Vapes there, and the King's Custard. Loads of... can't see you well. We'll have a little look, Nikki. Loads of names there. Familiar names and faces. I'm familiar with a good handful of these. That's a great little section. If you're a hobbyist like us, that is a lovely little section. There's some really good names there. People that put love and stuff into their products, which would be really, really good. Carrying on. Vaporesso, Vupu, Massive. I've said those ones already. Boulder. Dispergo have a huge... Look at that. So if you want some of this, fancy fruits, then yeah, I assume they have some there. Yee. Queefair Network Technology Mivol. What does that mean? I don't know. Airscream were at the last one, and they got some really cool stuff, but they never got in touch with me, and I don't know if they got in touch with anyone else, because it would have been nice to review some of the stuff, because it was really it was cool, to put it simply. It was cool stuff. What's Deson? Is that like Dyson's, but they're not as good. Shenzhen Showin Top. Premium Goods Factory, Cool Play, New Ating. I don't know what New Ating. Jomo, Game Modules, Oxford. There's Oxford there. Oxford's looking good. Arcus, Joyful. Okay, Idols. Stuart. Idols are there. Anyway, Smock, YOLO. Going back to Nikki. If I remember rightly, the last one, it was someone like Coil Benders or one of these groups that are here. There's quite a few. You got like maybe not Sheba Vape, but there's a few. One of these groups was like the umbrella for like Aspire and UL. It did all sorts, but it wasn't a pure UL booth. But they I'm sure there'll be that. Just having another look if there's any others I've missed that are really cool. I don't know. We'll see. Look, there still looks like there's a blatant amount of disposables. I really hope we don't get there. We go for all this, right? And you go for all here, and it's like disposable, Vupu, disposable, Vaporesso, disposable, and then tuck right in the corner. Oh, here's a zone of an area of things that we like and want to see. That would suck. Don't know about Vapor's Cloud. Can't see it, guys. If you do want to check this map out, it's on the Vapor Expo website. Just make sure you click on the right one. Don't click on the one from last Expo. That's what I did. Geek Vape got a big one there. I nearly said Aldi then, like the shop, Aldi, the food shop. That'd have been fun. There's an Aldi there. Anyway, Fantasy's in the front there as well. So yeah, there's names that I recognise. I'm sure there's names you recognise. It will be interesting to see any improvement they made. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be on Saturday. I get to see the Dispergo guys. I get to see people like Cloud Cartel, whoever else is going on Saturday. Mike from Darkstar is going to be there on the Saturday, which is going to be really good. I've never actually seen him face to face, so I'm looking forward to meeting him. There's a Bogan booth somewhere as well. This is 7th to the 9th. Here we go. Let me do some of this. There you go. How's that for you, Les? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anyone travelling from near Hull to Expo, I'll give fuel money. There you go. Do you think there's one going to be worth going? Just don't want to go to a disposable show. Jackie, I can only go what's off of this map. In comparison to the last one, it seems they have made some improvements. They've added, obviously, some entertainment things as well. You've got some bumper cars in the middle. Where's the review on the Geek Vape Pod Mod job you were vaping? It's coming. Truth be told, Aaron, I don't actually understand how that got to me, because I've never had any direct contact with Geek Vape. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to be showing it yet. But they never told me one way or the other, so I'll probably release it next week. Jackie, you just got to try. Go. If you're up for it, just go for one. You absolutely love it, regardless of all the nonsense you hear of afterwards. Oh, it was a disposable fest. I still enjoyed the last one, even though there was a lot of disposables. I still thought it was fun. Friday for you, Mark H. I'd be lovely to see you again, Mark. Just seeing a lot of faces and names and that kind of stuff. It's just a nice. Just go for a day, Jackie. Just go for a day. I can't see Hell Vape, Aaron. Go for a day. Go and you'll bump into people you see. If you see anyone that you recognise, say hello. Everyone's pretty nice. Most people are nice. Treasure hunt keyword. Yeah, I forgot. But don't worry. Here's what we're going to do. Thanks for the reminder, Faxi. This is twice now I've forgotten to give you a keyword, because my last review I didn't do that either, did I? It's because I've just been busy. We don't know what's going on. We might be moving soon, we might not. We just don't know. Paperwork. It comes down to paperwork, and we've had all sorts of problems with paperwork. So, in fact, never mind me. I'm just doing something. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Expo. I'm only here for today, but I'm looking forward to it. It's just going to be fun, and it's nice to see people. That's for me. That's the main reason I go now, is to see people, because you know we spend a lot of time online talking, so it's nice to actually see people. I loved Expo in May. Pity it was Gaz's anniversary. Didn't see him until he came out for air. Yeah, that's the other thing, is last Expo as well, I was struggling. I genuinely was struggling with my knee. I was struggling to walk around, and it really put me in a bad mood. Okay, was this going to work? Right, I'm lazy this week. There's your keyword. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll be better next week, I promise. Guys, I'm leaving to it. It's 10:05. We're a little bit over. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry that I've put you all in a bad mood with the whole Australia thing. I feel sorry for the Australians. That guy with his other little short on YouTube was hilarious. I wish I'd saved his name, so I'd recommend you go and see his stuff, but he's funny. The painkillers did help Shrek, that's true. They helped me sleep. Oh yeah, but I'm really looking forward to this one. Hopefully I'm fit and well this time, and in a bit of a better mood. Oh, Bill, it's a shame, buddy. 40 minutes for me. Happy days. Nice, Nicky. Yeah, it's about an hour for me as well, just under. Guys, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. Really, really appreciate it every week, week in, week out. I don't know about next week yet. I'm probably going to, depending on what happens, I might put out a little short 5-minute thing during the week, a little update, because I might not be around. Cloud Cartel on at 10. Salford Vapor is on at 10:30. Thanks for the reminder, Shrek. FCV20 at Disposables. Massive thanks to Disposables for sponsoring this week's race, sponsoring the show this week. It's fantastic. Really, really enjoy it. It's nice also to have a range every week, different people. Have a great weekend. Mrs. FlatCap was carrying all the bags. Do you remember Faxi? Faxi, you going? Have a good one, guys. Sparks and Fly, all of you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Well done to Jackie. Congrats on the win, but well done. Very kindly to pass on to Shreky Boy. Yeah, we'll get it sent straight to Shrek, and I'll get him to sing you a love song. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye bye now. Have fun. Take it easy. I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to put on this music because I know you will love it. You're all a bunch of stars. Thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate it. I'll keep this running for a minute if you really like this music. Thanks, everyone. Don't tell me to stop, Jackie. Just eggs me on to do it more. Thanks, Rob. Your call is important to us. Unfortunately, we're quite busy at present. You are in queue. I can't even do it most so much. You are caller number 12,062. See you later, everyone. Bye.
Do the FCV safe. Do the FCV safe.